What's up guys, this is Ronnie. Welcome back to our channel Total Technology. This is tutorial 4 and today's topic will be how to search and then delete the Elasticsearch index using Python. So in the last tutorial we have seen how to search any kind of like pattern which is actually going to like kind of match with your Elasticsearch index, and in this tutorial we'll be going to do a bit further, or we are going to make the use case a bit more complex, right? So what we are actually trying to achieve, let me refresh this thing. First we are going to search any index which is available or not. If it is available, we are going to delete that. So that is going to be the use case for today's topic. Okay, so definitely we are going to use some sort of pattern on, and based on that we are going to delete that. Okay, so without doing a further delay, let me just run through the slides. So again, as usual, this is going to be the introduction slide, and whatever is written here, I actually took it from the Elasticsearch official documentation. So if you want to like know more about other theoretical concept, please go ahead and start doing some sort of reading from the Elasticsearch official documentation. This is a good practice of reading the official documentation page for the product on which you are working, or actually on which you are doing some research or any sort of project. Okay, next thing is going to be the installation. This is the one of the important slide. That is why I still uh, uh, keeping this thing in the tutorial, though it is not necessary, but I'm getting multiple requests every day that my installation is not working. So I don't know what actually happened. You guys are just complaining that the installation is not working. So I don't know what happened. It's very simple. You have to just download those zip file from the given link depending on your operating system, and after that you have to just unzip it, and after that you have to just go to the bin folder and run the executable from the terminal. That's it. This simple. Okay, and after that you can verify the installation. For Elasticsearch it will be 9200, and Kibana it is actually 5601, and definitely by default it will going to have at the initial stage you will not have any credentials set. So you can set your credential from this link actually. So everything is documented. I believe I discussed this thing in the last tutorial. Okay, and once this is done, you have to install the Python thing, pip install Elasticsearch. Definitely it was also described in the tutorial number 1. So again, if someone is new to this channel or new to this playlist, so definitely this is recommended actually. Guys, please go ahead and start watching the tutorial from the tutorial number 1. This is tutorial number 4, then you should do it from the tutorial number 1. There actually did some setup, and once this is done, you can just execute this 3 lines of code, so that you will be able to understand whether your Python is able to get the connectivity with the Elasticsearch or not. Okay, okay, so if you execute this thing, and at the line number 3 will get a true, it means your connectivity is working fine. If not true, means definitely it is going to return false. Then you can say your connectivity is not working, so you need to fix something. Okay, and in the last tutorial we have actually seen how to use authentication, like some sort of user ID and password, that we will discuss in this tutorial as well. But the fundamental thing is that first you have to install your Elasticsearch, then Python, and then you have to check whether Elasticsearch actually running on your machine properly or not by browsing to this 9200 port, and for Kibana it will be 5600, and after that you can start writing your code. Okay, so without doing a further delay, let me just open the use case. So search Elasticsearch index using Python. So first of all we are going to do this thing and display the Elasticsearch index name. Whatever actually we are going to do, I will see in this section, like kind of a code, and after that we'll search and delete. Okay, so I believe if I just run through the code, then it will be going to be kind of easy. So first install this, first log into this thing, the Kibana, and after that let me go to the dev tool, and if I hit this thing, you say here there are multiple indexes are available. So what I'll do, I'll just try to search the index with October. So in the tutorial number 3 also we have done the same thing, so I'll be going to do the same thing. We'll search that if any index search with October, and after that underscore, this pattern is actually available or not. If pattern is available, then we are going to delete each and everything which are having or going to matches with this pattern. Okay, so let me start writing the code. Okay, so I actually written the password over here so that I should not forget. Okay, so let's start writing the code. Okay, so it is going to be from Elasticsearch import Elasticsearch, then we are going to establish the connection. Here is going to be Elasticsearch, and then it is going to be first it will be going to be our host, then port. So host, okay, and it's also going to be key value pair, something like that. And after that, this is going to be host, and this is going to be port, and port definitely is going to 9200. So this is done. Okay, then http underscore auth auth, and this is going to be something like this. Okay, so user ID is going to be elastic, and our password is going to be this one. Okay, and how I got this user ID and password, that actually I already discussed. If you in the slide, actually I've given the slide number is 6, the enable minimum security. Just open this URL and this will give you the steps how to enable this HTTP authentication using user ID and password. So everything is documented over there. Okay, and after that you need to just print this thing, print es dot ping. Okay, so let's execute this thing. Okay, this would be Python 3 tutorial. Okay, module object is not callable. So what happened here, I don't know. Elasticsearch is here. Here's Elasticsearch, then host is localhost, port HTTP authentication. Everything is fine. I don't know why this is saying this thing. No, it is going to be this one, capital E. So I did a mistake, that is why. Okay, so I got through. It means everything is fine. Now we'll try to search and list, search and display the index names. Okay, based on the given search pattern. Okay, so maybe I can index underscore pattern is going to be let's say October, then underscore, and like this. So every index should start with October underscore. We are going to find this one. Okay, so then we can do it like, let's say response equals to es dot search. Okay, maybe index equals to index pattern. Okay, so let's try to print this thing first. Okay, sorry, print response. Let's see what is going to print, and after that we'll try. See, it is actually printing total 10. Why this is printing total 10? Because October 1 2 3 4 5 6 and up to 10 is here. That is why it is print the 10. This thing actually, it means it has total 10, number 10 count. Okay, so now we need to do something interesting. Okay, so we need to actually read out the names of this pattern. Here actually it is not printing the name. Okay, so for that thing we can do something else. Let's say es dot indices dot get alias. Okay, and here actually we are going to put this pattern. Okay, so index pattern, and this is going to be inside response. Okay, and after that will means for index in response print index. Okay, so this is now going to print all the indexes. See, all are printed. Now let me do something different. Let me just do this thing. Let's see what is going to happen, because this pattern doesn't exist. Okay, so let's see. So this is actually throwing some error. Deprecation position argument API HTTP. What is Kibana task manager? So okay, this is not printing anything, but there is no return. So what I'll do, let me print, let's say, length of this response. Okay, so we're trying to understand like how to actually make this code work in a more effective way. Okay, so this is printing 0. So if I just make it this thing, so length will be greater than 0 definitely. So 10. So we can conclude this thing. If our pattern matches, then this response length will be greater than 0. Okay, means at least will be 1. Okay, so what we'll do, if length of response greater than 0, then this should okay come here, else it should write no index has been found for the given search pattern. So this is kind of a systematic way of doing it, but I'm not saying this is the best way, but this is our initial stage. So I'm just setting up the stage for all of you guys to like get the feel and understanding, or probably you can develop some sort of intuition that how you should use your Python skill to work with Elasticsearch. Okay, so yeah, definitely I got this thing, and let's try to do the negative testing as well. So maybe something like that. So see, no index found for this pattern, and just ignore this warning. Okay, so this is done. So now again fix this thing, and now my job is to delete this pattern. Okay, means this pattern should be deleted. So what you have to do, so once this is done, we need to do something. Es dot indices dot delete, then index equals to this index, right? And then maybe I can delete response, and we can print the response as well, so that we'll be able to understand it is deleted actually. Okay, so let's try out this thing. So just to verify you guys, see, all this pattern indexes are here. Now if I execute this thing, and after that if we run that query again from the Elasticsearch Kibana console, developer console, then we'll see that actually this many indexes are actually gone. Okay, so see, so 10 times the acknowledgement came, it means it's deleted. So let's execute this thing. This will be gone. Okay, see, you didn't find we didn't find anything with the October then underscore pattern. So whatever we are trying to achieve, we actually achieved quite easily, right? So this is very simple, and probably will often encounter this use case. So probably let me just refresh the use case, then probably we'll be able to understand, it will make sense like why actually deletion and like kind of sequential creation. So sequential creation is very important. For example, many e-commerce or retail like vendors or companies are creating their index based on their monthly date. For example, October has a 1 days, November has a 30 days. So your company your client ask you, okay, on September 30th, that I need like 30 indexes for October month, like October 1, October 2, October 3, and corresponding indexes are actually belong to that day, and which is going to hold some sort of sales data, whatever. Okay, and on October 31st, your job is to delete all the pattern which is actually having this string October underscore. So that time you are not definitely going to delete manually, right? Because just just think about that, you are not only going to be responsible for deleting and creating the patterns, creating the indexes. Probably you are going to responsible or accountable for multiple different tasks. So definitely you need some sort of automation support. So that automation support will be useful if you know Python, and if you know Python, then probably your job will be really easy, and definitely will be excel on your day-to-day job quite easily. Your client will be happy. You will be able to impress your client with your automations or programming skills. So that is why uh, building your logic with some sort of real dual use cases will give you extra benefit, so that you can easily analyze, visualize your other use case as well with the help of this use case. So learning is not going to be end on this tutorial number 4 or only for this use case. My intention is to give you guys some sort of push for the next level, so that you guys can think through it, create your own use case, analyze your own use case, and after that try to completely solve that use case with the help of your own knowledge. Or else if you're not able to do it, you can ask me, I will try to do it. But please try to create some sort of what do you say, some sort of practice around this thing, or else there is no point. Eventually with the time, if you just watch the video and after that you just close this thing, you will definitely forget, because there are so many things, right? So you have to write your own code. Okay, so enough of talking, guys. I'm actually killing all of your time, so no more talking. So just give me some sort of feedback. This is already the end of this 4th tutorial. Hopefully you guys are enjoying the series. Let me know with some sort of feedback, that whether this should be done a different way, or something is still missing, or if you want us to if you guys want me to develop some sort of, if you want me to create some sort of other use case, definitely I can do it. Okay, so that's it, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and have a nice day. And please do comment on the comment section, or else it will be very difficult for me to understand whether I am actually doing as per your expectation or still something is missing. Okay, so one more time, have a nice day. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care, goodbye, and happy learning.